Welcome to Digital Journal Television. I'm David Silverberg.
And I'm Chris Hogg. In this episode, we're taking a look at the growing industry of citizen journalism. 2008 was a landmark year for this budding industry, and a lot happened for bloggers and citizen media.
All across the world, many people are reporting news they find important. This fresh brand of citizen journalism is sparking projects in the Middle East, Germany, China, and all across North America.
So stay tuned for your look at citizen journalism, the power, and its reach. Mainstream media, stay tuned.
Citizen journalism now appears in many different forms. It can be photography or video from a war-ravaged part of the world. It could be a Twitter update about a sudden plane crash. Or it can appear in more traditional forms such as editorial on sites like digitaljournal.com, CNN's iReport, or small startups covering local news.
Topics also range from terrorist attacks to small-scale saucy sex shows like what Toronto saw this year. They range widely, and because citizens are everywhere when they become journalists, their reach is incredible. So, will citizen journalism compete with mainstream media on a large scale or just complement it? Well, there's a lot of viewpoints on this, so let's take a look. When terrorists struck in Mumbai, India, for example, citizen journalists were on the streets capturing the disaster with both their pens and their cameras. Digitaljournal.com was sent photos from a citizen journalist, Vinu Kumar Ranganathan, almost immediately after the strike occurred. Vinu captured things like wounded citizens as well as elite commandos rappelling onto rooftops.
Citizen journalists are also becoming more active in the world of politics. Citizen reporters Sherry Reese and Jordan James, for example, got up close and personal with Saxby Chambliss and Sarah Palin at a rally in Georgia. This kind of access is typically reserved for mainstream press, but these two citizen reporters met the bigwigs and covered the event as though they were seasoned media veterans.
But that's not all. There are tons of citizen journalist reports that just show how raw and unfiltered this news can be. Digitaljournal.com alone has seen on-the-street reports of conflicts within the Gaza Strip, intimate profiles of orphanages in Africa where AIDS and racism are rampant, interviews with fascinating individuals such as a disabled man in India who sells newspapers to make a living, reports on the financial crisis and how it's hit rural places in the United States, and of course, coverage of unique events, such as sex trade shows in Toronto, Canada.
In addition to all these projects, we were also quite pleased to see citizen journalists covering the US election with great enthusiasm, doing live blogging, video, and interviewing key personnel from both camps. So we've seen that citizen journalism is everywhere and anywhere. But how do you find these citizen reports? Check this out.
There are many places to find citizen journalism as an alternative news source. So where do you look? Well, the best place to start is online. In addition to digitaljournal.com, there's allvoices.com, which launched in July 2008. They allow citizen reporters from any country to post news through an innovative cell phone, text, or voicemail message system. Pretty cool.
Also making waves in the Bay Area in the United States is spot.us. This nonprofit allows you to sponsor a citizen journalist to cover issues that are being overlooked by mainstream press.
And of course, there's also the well-known sites, such as the Huffington Post's citizen media program called Off the Bus, where everyday people write stories. YouTube set up a citizen news video hub where you can bask in citizen video glory. You can also check out Vancouver-based nowpublic.com, Agoravox in Europe, CNN's iReport, where the network regularly promotes citizen-generated news reports. And of course, Twitter, a microblogging site where news often breaks way before it hits mainstream press.
And of course, there's digitaljournal.com, where citizen journalists are paid to report the news wherever they are in the world.
There is no shortage these days of citizen media. Now, no surprise here, newspaper advertising revenue down all over the place. TV networks are laying off journalists all over the world. The big question now is, what is the future of media?
It's a question we get asked all the time. And while many opinions vary on how mainstream media will compete with citizen journalism, we think citizen media will complement it.
And all you need to do is look at how the mainstream press has incorporated citizen media and incorporated citizen journalism into its regular coverage, and we think of it as a sign of what's to come. CBS, for example, launched a citizen journalist site and application for the Apple iPhone. Citizen reporters can upload photos right from their mobiles. Canadian media company CTV also got in the game with their own user-generated site called My News. And CNN's iReport went the extra mile for their first film festival relating to the US election. Of course, citizen journalists involved. There's even citizen media projects in the Middle East. Al Jazeera has started an Arab language citizen journalism site.
Also, the global standard for journalistic excellence, the Pulitzer Prize, is now launching a category for internet-only news outlets, opening the door to citizen journalists for the first time.
So the future of citizen journalism, we believe, will incorporate all of the above. It really and truly is a multimedia experience that bridges various websites and applications together. It's video, it's the power of the written word, it's photography, it's mobility through things like cell phones. Really and truly, citizen journalism is everywhere and often where the mainstream media isn't. That gives them an edge.
So what do you think? How is citizen journalism a big part of your daily news diet? If you're really passionate about citizen journalism, where do you think it's going to be going in the next few years? Log on to digitaljournal.com and give us your opinion.
For Digital Journal TV, my name's Chris Hogg. That's your look at citizen journalism and citizen media.
And I'm David Silverberg. Thanks for watching. See you next time.